Hello.
and also Mr. Anton Parker.
Yeah,
Hi, Mr. Parker. And you are the applicant on the project, is that right?
yeah.
Okay, great. Are you expecting anyone else to join us here today on the
No,
applicant or owner side? All right, let's go ahead and get started then. I need to read through our hearing script. This will basically just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll jump into it. So this is the August 7th, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. Case for us today is case number ZH20240094. That's 6826 Bantry Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. Mr. Parker, in this instance, that would be you. Just like to hear what exactly the proposal is for the project, any general background you think is important, what the relief is that you're requesting, and why you think that relief is appropriate. If there were anyone here from the public, they'd have an opportunity to speak after you had presented your case. I will also hear from Mr. Lashad from the planning department to provide any testimony that he would like. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond or rebut that testimony that was offered in opposition, and then finally make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker ask questions or make any comments. The last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, the zoning code requires that you are sworn before you do that. So if that's you, if you could raise your right hand, I'll need you to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, great. Mr. Parker, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, floor is yours.
So, so I was not reading. I put everything on a paper when I submit the paperwork. So do I need
Okay.
to read it? All of that?
Um, it's up to you. Whatever you would like to say during this meeting. It's your discretion how you want to present. If you don't want to read from the paper, you could just cover the things I mentioned at the beginning there. Just what is the project? What's the relief you need, and why is that relief appropriate?
Oh, okay. I was not ready because I submitted all the paperwork, but I tried to remember. So I'm short one foot on the front setback, and this is the house that I building. I built one before, and it's like shotgun style house, so it's not a lot of square footage in there. So it's if I make it 1 foot shorter, it just will be visible on the first floor, especially that we're trying to preserve this the living room space. So and on the street, that's the houses. There is no same setback. It's all different. So be taking the average. I think it's like 28 foot, and what I need is a 27 foot. So that would be all.
Gotcha. Okay, and so you said that the difficulty with complying with the front yard setback was what? It had an impact on the inside space.
Yeah,
Okay, how so? Just making it smaller, or is it not economically practical?
it's not. It's just gonna be, yeah. It's gonna just gonna be small. Is it house? It's narrow itself, and if we just make it not as long as it is right now, it's especially for the first floor. It's just it's it will be feel small,
Gotcha.
and it's I mean, if you look at that, it's a 1 foot. It's but for the room, 1 foot, you can feel it 1 foot when you're inside the home.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, do you think it would be possible to construct the house and um, market it or live in it and still comply with the front yard setback standard?
I mean, everything is possible, but it's the house will lose a lot of value, and in that construction cost, that 1 foot is not gonna make big impact on construction process on construction cost, but it's make the big impact to me to resale that house and how the house will be valued in the eyes of the potential buyers.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
Anything else you wanted to tell me?
also it will be good impact for the areas that it's because it's will be more expensive house, it will be nicer house, it will appraise more, it will bring more property tax.
Okay. Thank you. Unless there's anything else, I think I'll turn it over to Mr. Lashad.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I want to say.
So, okay, Mr. Parker, I think we talked on the phone when you were submitting the building permit and the plans were already designed and you had already built a house like this or were building a house like this somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
in Madisonville.
right. Okay. And you wanted to build the same design that had already been, approved and permitted somewhere else. You wanted to build the same design here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just a difference of 1 foot, and that's why we could not approve it. Um, I think a worthwhile point, Mr. Sturkey, if you'll open the staff report to page 4, if you have it in front of you.
Mhm.
The zoning code requires that the front yard setback be equal to the average of the properties 300 feet in either direction. And the general intent is that it fits in with the streetscape. The buildings on this block are not consistently set back. There's some variation, as Mr. Parker outlined. So it's not like they're all in a straight line, and this building would look unusual if it was 1 foot in front of them. The average is quite, there's a difference in almost 10 feet, I think. Let's see here, 8 feet, 9 feet in the setbacks of those buildings. And the building to the south is 24.6 feet. Building to the north is 29.7 feet, and the proposed setback is 27 feet. So it's right in the middle of the two buildings on either side. And the relief is only needed because there's some weird fluctuation in the setbacks of the other buildings within 300 feet. And Mr. Parker's design complies with the intent of this requirement because it's right in line and it's about the average of the two houses on either side. So it would be totally fine just from a streetscape perspective. It would not appear unusual. The only hardship here is that there's some weird variation in the setbacks of the other homes on the block. And the request is minimal. I mean, it's only 1 foot. And again, I think it would be perfectly compatible with the other houses on either side. So with that in mind, staff recommends approval.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Matt, I'm trying to find, does it comply with the underlying development regulations for front yard setback?
So yeah, it's zoned SF4
So it's
and the
20,
base
20.
front yard setback is 20 feet, so it does comply with that.
Got it. All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate your testimony.
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Parker, anything else you want to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here today?
No, I think that's all I want to say.
Okay, great. Well, I've had a chance to review the application materials and your written statement, and based on that and staff report testimony I've heard here today, I do think it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this matter. So I'm going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. Mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. As soon as I finish it, I put it into a PDF and I'll email it to you and to Mr. Lashad. Once you have the that email with the copy of the written decision, Mr. Lashad can approve the zoning permitting. You can take the next steps. Any questions about any of that?
No, that would be all. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Well, good luck with the project. Thanks again for